module before, so I'm like, okay, I might have to flip back and forth between things, and I'll try to be as lucid and liquid as possible. So,
Wait, is there going to be a massive retcon?
No.
Don't worry, I'm sure it won't be as bad as what they did to me, where they, got to the end of the module and decided they wanted to run all the way back to the middle.
What nonsense are you talking about there? No one's ever done that to you yet.
At least you'll have a break and I'll be running the middle.
Well, as said, I'm trying to be flexible, so... As said, the module's just, it's a bonus. I have to fill in...
Everything is a learning curve, Greg. It's fine.
No learning curves allowed.
We return to the city of Kriko, where you all have successfully escaped the Sentinel's cave, as well as the Golden Claws mountain, without any further incident, gaining an ally as well as information about your next target, which you have taken up on. You have taken the also Firebrand Paladin Light with you, who has thanked you multiple times for thanks in recovering him. And have returned to Kriko to inform Rowan, Satrap Rowan, about the information that you found. Mid-discussion, Rowan brought you instead to the Duchess, and a strange visitor who appeared as a nymph, or something like that. The two, after greetings and the like, discussed the matter with you all about the Feast of Dust and the Jackal Prince. The two, mostly the nymph, however, who appears more knowledgeable about the affair, about the Jackal Prince and the like, informed you that the village of Dimien that you had helped the villagers from is most likely where you can start with searching rumors of as a Sentinel outpost was supposedly nearby of some kind.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was one near the hometown of the first outbreak.
Not necessarily the first outbreak, but it's the one you found. The people that I found. As said, the village didn't. Go ahead, David.
What? Oh, I was apologizing for interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good. But yes. After that, you returned about midday, so you have that amount of time to prepare what you can for the journey into the quote-unquote uncivilized territory. Because as the Duchess has informed you, due to the Civil War over the last year, they were cut off from many of their villages that some were under protection, and also some of just simply they were out there of their own means. As such, several have been missing, or no one has come in several years, even prior to the Civil War. So rations and the like are suggested for those that wish to do it, or any other prep work.
No prep work, we just go.
Rations is less of an issue since we picked up a crap ton in the last dungeon.
Yeah, I was about to ask what our supplies on rations were. But
He only gave me a vague number for what we picked up in the dungeon, but between what Sierra and I have been gathering, we've got like 2 months worth easy.
well,
True.
we usually hunt and gather, but we're in a desert region right now.
Right, that's what I said. It's like, based on what we've been stockpiling, and we have 2 months plus whatever I found in the dungeon from the cultist supplies.
True, and I can always create food if you guys don't mind fish type stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, we are well fooded.
All right, just making sure. But are you well watered?
Yeah, water is something we're probably going to stock up on unless you have create water.
Oh yeah, it's create food and water.
Ah, clearance.
Yes. So the water is not fishy and maybe slightly alcoholic. I'm kidding. It's on the confines of the spell.
I was about to say.
As long as it keeps
I
you
do have a
hydrated.
spell for that, but that's not on the confines of the normal spell, so it's just on the water.
Yes. So you can either depart. Well, actually,
we've been through a couple of things. Should we take the day?
I'd say at least take the day, because I know Lynn wanted the day to spend time with her friend.
right.
See, if I remember correctly, Kiame was not interested in having drinks. I need to double check this when I can look at my actual notes. But, oh wait, no, crap. No, I don't have enough time for that. Never mind. I'll delete that note.
You have all the time.
Unless we're going to spend 2 days. I was going to make some sun wine, but I need 2 days for that.
I'm not against waiting a little bit longer.
Oh, remember, the longer we wait, the more people keel over.
I mean, the more people that don't have someone who could just forcefully heal them.
Right.
And don't forget.
The curse doesn't actually kill them, it's just suffering, right?
Well, they starve to death.
No, they will starve to death eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
You have not seen the full effects of the curse. You have not, because you all brought the family to the priests and didn't let them suffer. And they were actually able to do minor work on them. They didn't die, and therefore you have not seen the effects of what happens if they die.
And the chalice is only a partial restorative at this point. We need the rest of everything. Gotcha. Okay, but still, taking the day. We're good on rations. Everyone's gear, I take it, is maintained at this point.
Oh yeah, gear is always maintained, man. I gotta do something when I'm not sleeping.
That's right.
Mr. never needs to sleep over there.
As long as I have a level 1 spell slot.
Which will be forever, just about.
In theory, I can make other people not need to sleep too, because it's a certain amount based on I forget what the modifier was.
And does Kariko have any like alchemist guilds or anything, like any potions we might need?
Alchemist guilds, guilds. They do have a minor guild, alchemist guild to due to their vicinity to the southern coast, where they get because they're also. I don't know. I'm kind of going in circles with that one.
There's President Vote. She thinks I'm really sure we're going to encounter, so I'm not sure I'm prepared for. Wait, actually, you know what? I know what I'll do. Because I don't necessarily have the time to do all this myself. You met what was the name of that church? The one with the worshippers of death.
Pharasma.
From what I know of how the various religions interact, would it be kosher for me to request some holy water from them? Because I can only make so much myself.
With considering what you've done Galarian culture isn't necessarily, and religion there also is that yes, you can worship whatever god you want, and actually the god is more like the Greek pantheon.
But we're not in Galarian.
True, that's right. Duh. Sorry. Well, basing it off that culture.
Okay, so universal acceptance, you worship whoever you want.
Yeah, you can worship whoever you want. Some people might have some arguments with you, but otherwise it's fine. In fact, it's very much like the Greek pantheon in that they also have like relationships with each other and all this, like Cain, Kulain, and Desna, respectively, the god of freedom and the goddess of the night and luck and all that. He has a tendency to try to woo her and all this other stuff, blah, etc., etc. So it's like, oh hey. So yes, if as a cleric you're like, hey, can I stock up on some holy water? They'll be like, yeah.
Okay.
Especially considering your assistance with bringing this to light. Yes.
We're also on a holy mission that helps everyone, so that would be kind of
you're effectively on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God. We're the Blues Brothers, man.
Okay.
Oh my god, we are.
I'm taking part with 8 then. I will take 8 vials and depart with not only a bow but 5 gold for their coffers.
They appreciate it. They'll consider that part of like the coffers as well as like the material expense because it's still materials and spell slots that they use.
I think it's like 25 gold worth of silver powder.
Yeah, but they're fine. They're fine with it. They're like, yeah.
That's a lot of gold for silver powder.
Well, considering what you're going against, and they probably have some stored up already. Considering what you brought up, yeah, they're like, yes, take it, do it now. Okay. Do it. I love that meme so much. It's such a fun game to play. So this is how democracy dies, and thunderous fucking applause. Anyways. Did anyone have anything else they wish to do? People to talk to, things to look into, anything like that?
I'm going to be making more but that requires me to talk with no one, so...
Fair enough.
Because I have a lot of powder I need to be converting into other items.
This is true. You have a lot of powder.
Courtesy of a large tiger.
Courtesy of cult.
Thanks, Satan.
Len, I would recommend using some of that powder for mines. Because if you or I have spark, we don't need anything but the shortest of wick.
Okay, that's what you mean by mines. I was about to say, it's like, I don't know the pressure plate rune, so, but yeah, the idea of making
as soon as I heard mine, I'm like,
So, you want me to
I mean, there's always the physical, like, trigger.
So you mean more like dynamite, not mines.
Which I also have, because we found primitive dynamite. But yeah, it's like basically he wants me to make a grenade with no fuse, so we use the spark cantrip to set it off when somebody steps on it.
Yeah, just like a bag full of black powder. I'm sure you can do
that we just leave
chemistry stuff that you do.
And so he wants us to make the remote bombs, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be unfeasible for you to make a wooden box that has powder in it, and then when they step on it, the pressure plate itself, a mechanical one.
I would say, yeah, it's like, I have craft mechanical. I can totally make a pressure plate, but it took me a minute to figure out what he meant by mines based on Renaissance technology.
Yeah, and in terms of that, you can also make alchemist fire if you do want to make a pressure plate, like...
Oh, no. No, that is the first thing I'm doing when we get back, because I already came up with a way of doing this, is make a grenade, and instead of a fuse, it's got a glass vial of alchemist fire.
Yeah.
So that when it hits, yeah, fair enough.
That's it becomes it's an impact grenade.
But I say the spark mines is also a thought. Whichever you want to do.
I would much rather make the impact grenades, but I have enough powder that I will probably have some left over that we can always repurpose.
Impact shell.
Because honestly, my hand grenades can be repurposed into that type of mine real easy.
And plus the spark mines have less points of failure.
Well, either way, they make the same dex save.
That's true. Though I'd imagine, again, you can put more boom into something bigger than a grenade.
Well, yeah, I can up the damage die, but the saving throw will probably still be the same.
Plus, if you want to be really... Plus, since you are making them, and since you know what you're coming up with, you can have some blessed holy shards or something like that.
Well, I'm definitely making the adamantine ones, because they actually have rules for adamantine grenades.
Nice.
And I plus the weapons. I mean, Segment won't mind.
If we mix holy water, if we put like a vial of holy water in there, kind of thing.
David, you get a sudden premonition of, I am literally the goddess of war. Yes, this is fine with me.
Yes, I will bless this new holy nuclear device.
I will bless this weapon of war.
So what I'm hearing is, I now have holy hand grenades.
Yes. Holy hand grenades of a Syrian.
Holy hand grenade of Sekhmet. What?
The only downside is you must say, "Yeah, this bitch empty." Yeah. That is the only sound effect. Yeah, is the only part of it. Lady of slaughter, bless this field with blood.
And explosions.
Lots of explosions.
Outside of that, if anyone needs Kanara outside of him, blessing the weapons, he'll be doing some bar hopping.
This feels so wrong.
What?
What, blessing the weapons?
Blessed grenades, yes.
That does feel so wrong.
Feels so wrong, but so right.
I'm Percy, but I did it right.
I
guess, Vecna, you don't take half damage anymore.
I mean, technically, way back in Veneno, that's kind of what they did to clear out the zombies. They basically poured down holy water and just said, "Fuck you."
Well, yeah, but that was using it more like napalm.
Which is hypothetically worse.
How much magic is that blessing going to cost me? Or if we're going to go the next day, I guess it'll just restock. So it'll
just blow all your spell slots for that day.
You're going the next day. You haven't spent any of your slots that I know of. So yeah, you're going the next day by the sound of it. So feel free to spend as much as you want.
Gotcha.
I don't know what I want to do besides make money.
There is still that childhood friend of yours that lays there.
Yeah, go be social.
Do you wish to actually have a background?
That's a silly question.
That's a silly question for me.
Well, I haven't really RPG with you too much, so I don't know.
Anything to have Kiyomi talk?
Current answer is no.
Well, too bad you'll finds you anyway. No. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything specific? Light will also help you if Kinara runs out of spells for Bless, which I doubt he won't. Or I doubt he will, because Paladin. What?
Yeah, I thought he went off to.
He isn't heading off immediately. As said, I was gonna let you guys wait a week until we can get back to this. Essentially, yes, he can either come with you all, but if you say no, he has no qualms against that, because, as said, he did want to investigate further into this, why he originally was brought here in the first place.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
He's probably better off doing that.
Yeah, he's better off going to get answers. All we're going to be doing is putting an end to things.
Because that way, if we miss something, he can show up with the exposition we missed.
Actually, it's a little bit more different than that. I came across the cult through a different set of means. It was a trail of lack of better phrasing, hedonistic parties that would end up with dozens dead.
And I'm sorry, did you say hedonistic parties?
Yeah.
Death by orgy.
Death by orgy and drinking.
You say?
Do you have an issue with hedonism?
No. Except this was more to the point of debauchery. Let me put it this way, my friend. Even you would think it would be excessive.
You'd be surprised what I think is excessive.
You're talking to a catfolk cleric of Sakman.
You're talking to someone who saw them cut. Do you really wish me to go into details?
The patron saint of explosions does not want to hear this.
That's fair. To Kinara, if he does wish to hear, he paints a picture of the most...
Are you trying to say that they're followers of Slanesh? Is that what you're trying to go with, Greg?
No.
Damn, I thought so. No.
But it is extremely... I don't know Kinara's personal things, but with the description of some of the basically kinks and all that, and some of the deaths, it's like, ugh. Just a little.
Okay. To the point of death isn't my kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Drugs and all this other stuff, and that's what kind of led him here to the Cult of Ills through various discussion. But yeah.
I lost you for about 3 seconds.
Say what?
I lost you for 3 seconds.
But yeah, essentially drugs and all this other stuff taken to the point of death.
They're not doing it right now.
Not according to the one who survived. But yes. So, moving on. So, unless anyone else has any particular things, I know Kinara is going to do bar hopping. Kiyome is assumably doing performances.
And Len is crafting.
And I'll go bar hopping.
Alright, the two of you go bar hopping. Now that rumors have started going around, there is the beginnings of whispers of some kind of disease since there was people did see those the family carted off to the church. There have been some whispers and all that.
We're not to the point of doomsayers, are we?
Not. We're just more or less you're hearing of like the hell are they talking about, or like I don't know about anything. It's like no, you haven't heard. And people are coming up with their own theories of like, oh, it's just some stupid thing from the desert.
Okay, that's actually good.
In one particular customer's words in one bar, it's essentially it's someone who is a grizzled traveler. You can tell who has been around for decades in the desert. That they have basically tripped over like 10 different ruins and almost curses in one trip. It's hard not to.
Okay. I don't suppose I seriously doubt this, but during the bar hopping, was there any word about the platinum mercenaries? Seriously, I still think those guys are evil.
They probably are.
Hey,
but they haven't done anything evil in front of us, so we can't do anything about it.
No, just, operating with very shady people.
Having bad taste in employers doesn't necessarily make you evil.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Kinara just has a really bad opinion about that guy. He had a high opinion, but then it went crashing down 5 minutes later. He is very disappointed in the guy.
Say again?
Huh?
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch that. What are you saying?
Rentaro, he's very disappointed in Rentaro. He had a high opinion of him for about 5 minutes. Then
you say it's 5 minutes? I think it's more like 5 seconds.
Well, I'm sure after the pleasantries it was 5 minutes. And then Tej had to say something. It's like, this guy's a dick.
Literally and figuratively.
But yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be holding things up. Okay, yeah.
No, you're good. I don't think
hold everything up.
I don't think there was anything else.
Derailed everything.
All right.
Oh, wait. I will want to send. Does the in Eurox, is there a like first class postal service that includes using telecircles to deliver messages?
It's in the works.
Oh, that's right. Wait. Magic it's a medium magic in your world. Sorry, so probably not.
As said, they're working on it. The best you can figure, the best thing they have come up with so far is that major cities, like ones that are, like Kriiko is kind of edging up on it. They're kind they are very prosperous. They actually have managed to. Veneno would have one.
Excellent.
Essentially, capitals would. And Krieko, or very prosperous independent cities. Krieko, one of them.
Okay. In that case...
It wouldn't be immediate. It does take a little bit of time to sort everything and all that.
It's faster than sending a courier. So I would actually like to send a letter and 30 gold back to Kay at the shrine. It has been a while. I did not expect us to be out on the mainland this long. I will give him some extra instructions and apologies for my time away.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of video, I would like to go back eventually.
By the sound of it, that's what will happen after this, but you'll have to cross that bridge when you get there.
Okay. I just want to show I didn't forget about him. I just haven't had time to
There
send
isn't much holding Kiyome to Veneno, but it's better than sitting in the fucking desert.
said the desert kitsune.
Yeah, I was about to say.
She's perfectly adapted for it. Who
said
says she doesn't like being in a nicer place?
As I
There's sand
that
everywhere.
doesn't mean she likes sand.
I don't like sand. And you're not sand. That's why I love you.
How much brushing do you have to do every day because of all the sand?
Enough.
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have that. I have a bard.
Bathwater's there for a reason. You don't have to rely on magic for everything.
But magic. I might as well use it if I have it.
Oh, but water.
Water is precious in the desert. You don't waste it on bathing.
It cleanses the soul, at least partially.
Water plus desert. Would you like to die of thirst by bathing in your water?
That's what cacti are for.
Hey, you don't fuck with cactars, man.
Cacti, not cactars. No, don't screw with cactars.
Hey, every cacti could be a cactar. You don't know until it shoots you.
You poke it with a stick. You hold up your shield, you poke it with a stick, if it shoots things at you, then you know not to mess with it.
But if it shoots
I'm sorry, but if it shoots, your shield won't survive it.
I'd say it's 10,000 needles for a reason, dude.
Len you made my shield. Yeah, I assume you made it out of metal. It'll be fine.
It's a
not
wooden...
a tower shield.
It is a buckler.
It was a small shield, I thought, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a targe, essentially.
I'll put my face behind it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, in Tristan's own words, it isn't a tower shield. This isn't some Roman shield you can hide behind. Because tower shields, actually, you can do that.
I'd say, yeah, the tower shields actually provide cover. It's great.
Make a tower shield, but then make it one of your table shields, so it's like a picnic table tower shield.
If anybody was proficient with a tower shield, I would totally do that, but nobody is.
Wait, that's right. Tower shields are completely separate from normal shields, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're huge.
Oh, drat. Okay, no, I can't. I can't do that. Okay.
You try lugging that shit around.
Hey, I will say I can, but then I'll be really tired later.
Unless you want to spend a feat, unless you want to have a feat just for that.
My feats are spoken for like the next 2 or 3 feats.
Your feats are spoken for.
Yes.
I actually am up for 3. I am up for grabbing almost anything, but
Okay, I picturing Kyomi with a tower shield is just too funny.
I have no reason for a tower shield. Because I can't have a nice bonus with my really nice dex with it.
No, because here's what you do, Kia. Because here's what Kiyome does. Grabs a shield, just plants it behind, and just throws spells from behind it. Because you can literally do that.
That kind of spellcaster.
No, it's seriously a thing you can do. You can spend an action.
I don't know if it's a mod or a specific tower shield, but yeah, it's got spikes in it that you can just jam it into the ground and use it as fixed cover.
No, it's not even a modification or anything like that. It's just literally with or it's either it's just literally the tower shield is, from what I remember.
That's like, no, it's not the tower shield, but it's the
equivalent of a tower shield.
It's either an attachment you put on the tower shield, or it's like a subspecies of tower shield.
Subspecies of tower shield?
Yes, it's a subclass of tower shield. You can buy a physical version, and then there's a wondrous item version of it as well.
Either way, you can just plant the tower shield on the ground and just be like, ha ha, and 100% cover.
Oh, friends, it sounds like this is something to invest in later.
I mean, currently, Kiyomi is basically sitting on most of the money in terms of the party. She hasn't found which amazing magic item she wants yet.
If your pouch of gold is weighing you down, I do have a shrine if you want to donate. I still need to renovate some of the place.
You expect me to help you with something that involves hedonism, which I'm not entirely for.
No. I'm hedonistic.
The Church of not his deity.
Well,
not necessarily. Oh, I take that back. There are certain festivals that are rather hedonistic.
Your god is literally the god of war and drink.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hedonism in there with blood frenzies.
Just a little bit. Oh, Turner's here.
So yes, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Are you backing up so your headlights don't shine in?
But yeah.
Alright.
It's gonna take more to convince Kiyomi to just go, sure, I'll give money to the pervy cat cleric. This totally won't be a bad idea. I will sooner give money to Lynn to go make more crazy things.
You mean Len?
I gotcha.
The Lynn twins. I'll give money to the alchemist of the Lynn twins.
That's it, because the other twin doesn't actually make anything.
Do you need a hand with anything?
No, I got it.
Yes, that's exactly how that would go. It's like, hey, Lynn, what kind of crazy experiment do you need money for today? Oh, you want... Sure, here's like 20 platinum. Go have fun.
Are we for real right now? Wow, that was frozen.
I see that happening more often than anything else.
Alright.
That, and if Kiyomi knew about Cyrus's need for stuffed dolls, I assumed that Kiyomi would also get her stuffed dolls.
Oh, dolls. Okay.
Excuse you, they are cuddly. They are animal pillows. Filled with joy and laughter.
Well, they stare at you with a creepy look to them, because they're taxidermy freaking animals.
No, they're actually plushies. They're not taxidermies.
Yeah, these are plushies.
No, but still, that's what I want to call it.
You can call it that. It's entirely wrong. Taxidermy is an entirely different craft.
I know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I know.
That will offend both schools of craftsmen.
two targets, one combat. Okay, so moving.
That would be the best way to cause a fight, though, in a bar if they were there. I'd just make it sound like it was someone else in the bar.
Not unless someone makes a sense motive check.
You're talking to the person who has a plus 17 in sense motive and bluff.
Hey man, other people are out there.
I say people with actual sheets are out there.
Nonsense. They only exist in dungeons.
One day, my dude, one day.
It has yet to happen. It's perfectly safe.
Okay,
We're an entire guild hall of people with sheets.
Alright, I'm gonna be bumping up these guys by an extra CR. Okay. Now. Oh, what's that? Vital Strike. Oh, yes, please. Now, moving on. With that all being said and done, you all do your preparations for the next day. Lynn and Mia gallivant about the city, doing what they do best. Cyrus vanishes. You can imagine what she does. And we fast forward to the next day. It is anytime. When would you all like to depart? Early, midday. Okay, so about 7.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. So a little bit after sunrise. So Nehemiah and Rowan both see you off as they can. And wish you the best of luck on your journeys. And thank you again for taking on this arduous task. Alright. Off to the desert sands you go. To Demayan. To the west. Further into the mouth of the desert. As you move from Dimian, it's about not from Dimian, from Greco. Dimian, they marked it on the map of last time where they had the location. It looks about. Let's see. Actually, let me switch over to the map.
Test.
Yep.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Creco stands about. No, Demayan. That is about here. For those that need the painting. So a few days' journey, but nothing too much. A little farther than the Zhou Mountains that you had all gone to. So 5 days. A little less than a week.
Is that without me doing my whole marching thing?
With doing it. Because it took you about... about 3 days, give or take, to do it. Even with marching. Because does your march also ignore terrain?
It literally just states that We can move at the hustle pace without taking penalty for every hour that I maintain the song. And for every hour I maintain the song is 1 round of my use.
Okay, just making sure.
Without taking penalties or rolls for having fatigue.
Yep, okay,
Which
just
means,
making sure.
Let's see, we're level 8. I'm going to have to actually double check them up. I think I have like 30-something rounds now. So I could technically death march us with no fatigue problems. Well, it wouldn't really be a death march, but still.
But yes, it will take some time to get there. Just need to do a thing real quick.
No things.
Yes, I think.
They're not allowed.
Yes, as you travel, it takes about a day or two to get off the road, essentially, to get into the wilderness proper. Of less, well, not necessarily the wilderness, but less traveled roads. And then by day 3, you're in basically full-blown wilderness. You do see several old, sun-bleached ruins, a few towers. Checking something. And because of the desert, you actually
During our travel time, I'd like to be crafting some lesser healing potions, since I know those don't take much time.
making healing potions?
Yeah, making lesser healing potions should take 2 hours a day, and I believe while traveling, I can only at most put 2 to 4 hours into a project.
Okay. And you all have a wagon, if I remember right, yeah?
No. We have a pack animal.
So you all have pack animals, no,
We have, mounts and a single pack horse.
Oh. Well, if you wish, they can actually offer you a covered wagon if you want.
Wouldn't wagon slow us down, though?
I don't think...
It would be pulled at the pace.
Wagon isn't very conducive for being off-road.
That too.
Not only that, we have to go to speed of the pack animal, and the pack animal would be slowed down by the wagon, because the pack animal would be what would be pulling the wagon. Even then, we'd still be going the same pace as a wagon, because we have a pack animal.
Yeah.
The difference is that with a wagon, we can carry more, but we're going through desert, whereas your wagon would not be very conducive to doing.
Now, if we had time to make that land boat that I commissioned, that would be good.
Land boat has the same limitations as a wagon.
But boat's in its name. Sand skimmer? Is that better, sand skimmer?
It still has wheels.
Bold of you to assume they haven't come up with a solution for this. They are desert-faring people.
But either way, yeah, I don't think a wagon would benefit us at the moment. Thank you, though, for your offer, Great City.
Yeah, there wouldn't really be a reason for us to have a wagon when we can literally carry everything between the mounts and us. It's not like we're trying to walk out of there with a hoard of riches that we can't just put in our bags of holdings.
Well, we don't have any bags of holding yet. We have 2 backpacks of holding.
Yeah, and plus there's only so much you can do with the Even the backpacks of holding can do so much, yeah?
Yeah, the backpack of holding holds about 200 pounds worth of crap, and most of that's our normal inventory. What we need is a bag of holding, but we haven't been able to afford that yet because that's like 10,000-15,000 gold.
I only have a minor bag of holding, and a lot of that's full up.
I mean, I'm just sitting on not that much.
Well, if you want to invest in one to store the loot crate, by all means.
Wagon of holding.
Isn't that just a wagon?
No, it's a TARDIS.
No, you see, the wagon of holding is a little bit more different in that it sits up a little bit more higher because you're able to actually open the wagon, parts of the wagon up itself, into compartments, where basically it acts as a bag of holding, but more capacity.
So, how's the trip though? Is it uneventful?
For now, it's relatively uneventful. You've had, as said, you have about 2 days of traveling on more well-traveled roads, and then by the third day, you're essentially getting into more uncivilized wilderness.
Gotcha.
Or what uncivilized wilderness counts for desert.
Essentially roads that are mostly patchwork by now, mostly overtaken by the wilderness itself. Pack animals that watch you all from a distance. As said, ruins of past civilizations and settlements. And in one particular instance, you find as you're on the fourth day of traveling, you see the bow of a ship facing up, pointing, coming up from the desert.
Hey, Len, I think they got to it before you.
Or, somebody's teleport went awry.
That's true.
The wonders of the desert. Let's see. You do. Hold on, I'm trying to find something.
I will assume bodies of water have been few and far between, so I want to be a grumpy kitty.
There are a few bodies of water, but as you head increasingly further in, they almost vanish, essentially. Just roll dozens of miles of rolling sand.
Okay.
Until finally, off in the distance, in between cliffs and rock, you see a settlement.
Everyone else see that?
He changed the map, so I'll assume so.
Oh, so it is real. Good. Good, I thought the heat might have been getting to me.
You're from the desert. You should not be that bad off.
I'm from many places.
You were well hydrated and well prepped. You don't have to make fortitude save, essentially. It's not that hot yet. Thankfully, you all chose to come during, as fall is coming, so it isn't as bad.
Wait a second, we're in a desert and it has seasons?
Hey, deserts have seasons. They're just not quite as, temperate as our seasons.
So you mean hot or slightly less hot?
And wet.
Yeah.
Because they do have a rainy season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So when it rains,
slightly
it's
less
fucking
hard.
rainy.
Actually, hold on, I'll go ahead and actually post that in the chat so other people can see it. But, yes. Before you lies a local oasis.
Yes.
Sustained by a town that is disaster-ridden with a series of irrigation channels. Several buildings appear deserted.
Oh.
And, even from this distance, you can tell that the village itself is in a bad way. For those that want to have a knowledge roll about Damien, give me those rolls, please, before we begin hanging.
What kind of rules?
Local or history?
Wait, I heard a knowledge roll.
Mm-hmm. Local or history.
Okay. Not me that.
I'll do local because it's better for me. Let's see. 30.
All right. At just over a century old, Demien is one of the younger settlements in an attempt to recolonize the endless Miraz Desert that has seemingly been unused that has been basically useless to so many. The nomadic Whitewater clan discovered a spring among the rolling dunes. The Standing Vizier, during that time, granted the family exclusive dominion over its water, so long as its resources went to transforming the oasis into a viable community. To the Whitewater's credit, their first few decades were both well-intentioned and lucrative. They sold the spring's water to farmers for a reasonable price, and invested growing their profits into an ever-expanding irrigation project to connect the community with the distant Miraz River. Both each subsequent generation born into greater wealth, the family's concerns for the community waned. You also know this. When her ancestors' irrigation canal collapsed near a decade ago, matriarch Tianka Whitewater responded by raising the price of her family's spring water. Once a promising boom town, Demien is now caught in a vicious cycle as desperate farmers, unable to afford to water their crops, flee to greener pastures, while by many of the town's merchants and traders, the price of food and other necessities has risen sharply as a result. Half of the buildings, as you all see, stand empty. The desert has crept in to reclaim once thriving fields, while large desert predators such as unkegs have been preying on the large, floundering fields. The remaining citizens are a bizarre collection of stubborn farmers, wealthy elite, scavengers exploiting whatever's abandoned, and constantly rotating transient population of traveling caravans, merchants, and mercenaries. There are plots around repairing the irrigation channels, but to date all engineering solutions have fallen flat, thanks to both Ankeg attacks and seemingly supernatural streak of bad luck. Welcome to Demian.
So with that description, we can actually see that there's some movement inside the former civilized premises from where we are.
Say again?
So from that description, does that mean we can notice movement within the city from where we are?
You see, like, blurs, there's, especially with that roll that Eric did.
That's local, that's not perception.
Yeah, that's local. But you know enough of, to basically give a layout of Demian. There's 3 circles to it. The outermost is the 3rd layer, hodgepodge of tents and caravanserai and mud brick shanties. That's the most you all can see. You can see some movement, but nothing that you can truly make out.
Does anyone have a spyglass?
I do.
Could you look to see if there's anyone in there that looks succumb to the famine?
Maybe?
Give me a perception check.
Perception check. $28.
You are about less than about half a mile away from the town as you kind of see, Jane. Looking around, you're trying to figure out what he mean, figure out if anyone is affected by the plague or anything like that. On the outermost parts, you see I said a sea of tents, merchants and others, some just more finer than others, and what you can assume are more farmers and common folk dressed in very dirty rags. When on the winds and in your spyglass, you do spot something that catches your attention. Off towards a mercenary camp that is close to you all, you see a scuffle of some kind. You see a goateed man in armor and officer's stripes circles as 3 mercenaries fight to restrain him. A 4th seems to be saying something to them. and until the struggling man tosses off two of his captors and sinks his teeth into the third's neck. The bin soldier kind of runs off, holding the gushing wound, and the soldier goes to charge the fourth.
I see somebody who's crazy enough to be biting people. I don't know if that's vampirism or the curse, but... or the rage virus.
Let's not have 28 days later, thank you. That's just a no thank you. I will walk the other direction, no thank you.
Well, everywhere else look fairly normal to you?
For the moment. At least from what I can see from here.
We can go and check that out. We can go and check out that instant release, or I could have done a viewer instant.
Well, we might as well stick together just because we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm in Eric's voice is like, oh, great.
I mean, the way you just described that is a, like, big, like, yeah, I might just want to turn around and leave this city to die.
And that's why you're a lousy hero.
It sounds like a horrible place to be.
And a lousy mercenary.
I will be offline for a few minutes as I enter the house.
That's fine, because I actually need to get to my meeting, so I shall pull up initiative. Everybody please roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, rolling initiative for keeping track of actions and all that.
You may
enter
the initiative, but yeah.
Oh man, it keep...
Every time you change maps, you'll have to do that.
Fair enough. This is true. Just putting you all down there for just sake of capturing stuff. Actually, let me move you to another map that I'm going to generate later. Actually, nah. Keep it there. Might as well. Just boom, boom, boom. Alright, I shall catch you all later.
I won't disagree, Tristan. I'm just saying that my character does not sound exactly if he was wanting to be around a bunch of plague-ridden people.
Well, then you probably shouldn't have taken this gig.
I wasn't going to abandon you, the rest of the party.
Well, then those are your only two options, is being around sick people or...
I know, it's just like... Yeah, I don't want to go in there. Oh well. But that's just me. Because I don't feel like having a zombie apocalypse with 28 days later and then 28 weeks later. Both those don't sound very good.
Well, you see, unlike those movies, we have clerics on hand.